Hey everybody, it's Dina Rica with the Creativity Cave, and I'm here today to share with you 3 super cute cards with another edition of Simple to Stunning Sundays. I hope you guys are loving this series of videos each Sunday and that you are inspired to make some cards. Today's is super simple. I mean, it really is. But I think there's a lot to be said about a really simple card. Sometimes we get so busy trying to make really, unique cards with lots of stuff on them. It's really good to come back to kind of the basics from time to time. All right, I'm going to feature the Budding Borders stamp set on my video today. This is a really simple set that allows you to do all kinds of really neat kind of patterns. You can build patterns with it and different designs. I'm also going to use the other set that I'm using. It has the sentiment, Let's Celebrate, and it's from this set called For the Love of Felt. And what's kind of cool about this stamp set is it coordinates with this card kit in our annual catalog, and it creates a whole bunch of gorgeous cards, but I have the samples of the 3 designs here. Look at that. It comes with all these really cool felt pieces, the sequins, the die cuts, all of that awesome stuff. And of course, there's envelopes and everything to go with it, so you're all set. It's a really great kit. So I just had to share those projects with you because it's pretty awesome. Okay, so let's make our cards because they are very simple and really, I think, great to share cards quickly with people and not have to spend a ton of time to make them. Okay, I'm going to start by covering up my work surface with some paper to protect it. And I'm using a half a sheet of crumb cake cardstock that I'm going to fold in half. And I'm going to use my bone folder to get a great crease. And then I'm going to use some black Memento ink. And I've got my big long border image on my block. I want to just mention one thing. Sometimes these photopolymer images are easy to get kind of, crooked. So what I recommend doing is just kind of setting it on a piece of paper, letting it kind of go floppy, and then picking it up with your block. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can line it up along a ruler or some kind of straight edge and get it to be straight that way. But usually this works pretty well. Okay, I'm going to ink this up, and the key to this design really is to make sure you get a well-inked image so that it stamps nicely. And the thing that is perfect about this stamp set is, of course, that it was designed to go all the way across a piece of cardstock. So I'm just going to stamp this way down at the bottom here, like so. I'm giving it a good press to make sure that I get a great image, and there we go. That looks fantastic. And now all I'm going to do is add my sentiment right here on top. And that's it. It's a really simple card, but it's really nice. And I think this is great to send to somebody to just celebrate something small and let them know that you're thinking about them. All right, for our next card, we're going to take it up just a teeny bit of a notch, not a whole lot. We're going to start with our card just like this. And then this time we're going to stamp our border just a little higher up. Okay, so I'm really inking that up good, just like before. I'm going to stamp this on here, but I'm going to go up about, 3/4 of an inch maybe, roughly, like so. And I'm going to turn my card, and I'm going to take and rip the bottom edge. Now, when you rip it so that the cardstock is coming towards you, you get this nice little edge on the bottom. And then what we're going to do is take and adhere a little piece of black cardstock. So this is just a 1-inch strip of cardstock. And I'm simply going to take some liquid glue, put a little line along the edge here, nothing too crazy. I'll position my piece of black cardstock in here. Now you just want to make sure you didn't rip off more than that inch. I'm pretty confident about my position here. And then we'll just adhere that like so. I've got just a tiny bit hanging over the edge, so I'm going to snip that off with my scissors. Right here. Okay, I'm going to add my sentiment to this once again. And you can change up the sentiments if you want. I kind of stuck with Let's Celebrate, but you can change them up if necessary. And then I'm going to take some black twine. This is in our Occasions catalog. Also, it comes in an assortment of colors, which is kind of nice. And I'm going to just tie a bow on here. Okay. And so that dresses up our card just a little bit and makes it good and simple, but with a few extra touches, which are always nice. Okay. So there is my stepped up card. Now my stunning card, again, it's still going to be pretty simple, but this time I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing. We're literally just adding one extra step to it each time, or I should say just taking it one extra step. All right, so I'm going to ink up my border once again. And then this time I'm going to add a few extra steps to this. So I've got my border looking good. I'm going to rip my edge just like before. Get that nice pretty edge when I rip away from myself. We'll glue that little 1-inch strip of black cardstock on. Once again, I'm lining it up with the bottom edge of my card like so. And then I'll just close this. And then you can see I'll trim off the extra. All right. There's just a little tad hanging over the edge here. All right, that looks fantastic. We'll add our sentiment. And then this time we're also going to add some stamping or actually I'm not going to add my sentiment quite yet. I'll show you the final version. The reason I didn't want to add my sentiment is I want to scooch it over just a little bit, but I also want to add this flower that I'm going to punch and then a little bit of stamping for the leaves. So both of these leaf images that I'm going to use are right out of my border stamp set. So I'm going to add those first. Ink both of them up. And I'll stamp that one like that. That one like that. That looks good. And we'll cover up kind of that mess right there. Then I've got a scrap piece of crumb cake cardstock and the medium daisy punch. I'm going to stamp this punch this, pardon me, 2 times. Once and twice. And then I'll adhere the 2 of these together. I'm going to curl my petals up just a touch. Just a teeny little bit. And that'll give a little dimension to my leaf, or my flower, pardon me. So I'll put those on just kind of next to one another and then foof our petals. Okay, and I'm going to glue dot that right over the top like so. So you can see it's covering up all that busyness, but you just see the beautiful leaves behind. Now we're going to add our sentiment. And you can see I can position it right there so it's kind of right next to my flowers. Now here's where things get interesting. All right. I'm going to add a faceted gem to the center of this. And let's see, I'm going to use a smaller size than what I had on my sample just because that's what I've got handy. But I'll take this faceted gem and just place it in the center, which is adding a little bling. Of course, I'll tie on some more of my twine. This is from the Country Club assortment in the, or maybe it's called Clubhouse. It goes with the golfing stuff in the Occasions catalog. And then I'm also going to use my marker to do a little spritzing. And if you have watched any of my videos for too long, you know that I like to spritz. And spritzing is a great way to add some awesome depth to your projects, but it's also a little messy. So you want to cover up your workspace so that there's nothing around that can be ruined. So I kind of cleared things off. I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to use the brush end, and I'm going to place the marker into the cap and give it a good flick. Okay, so listen. All right, I'm going to do it once more. All right, now what that flick did is it flicked all of that ink right onto my card, which I think looks fantastic. I'm going to take it one further step, and I'm going to add to it some of my clear wink of Stella. Now for this, I'm going to take my marker just to use it to smack this against. This, I need to smack it to get the clear wink of Stella out onto my card, okay? When I do that, I get little flicks of shimmer. Okay, and the end result is, do you see that sparkle on there? It's subtle, but it's really pretty. So there you go, guys. If you would like to purchase any of these products so you can make these awesome cards, please check out the links in the description of this video. Actually, I'll bring out our other two cards. So there was our stepped up one and our very basic one. You can also try this on white cardstock using different colors of ink. That would be pretty. It's all whatever you decide you'd like to do. But if you would like to purchase any of those, I would love to have you shop through my online store. I've got links in the description of this video for all of the supplies that I used. And of course, when you shop with the Creativity Cave, you get VIP rewards, and there's all kinds of awesome perks. With that, you can see all the details on my blog. Thank you guys so much for stamping with me today. I love stamping with you. I hope you have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.